So today's Impact and Influence, we're going to be speaking with the lovely group from Wiseberry Heritage Group, who are located in the Central Coast. We're speaking with the lovely Megan Green, who's a General Manager for the group, and Shaye Wallis, who's the Department Manager over there. So thank you, ladies, for coming on board and speaking with me today. Look, firstly, I just want to say congratulations on the award that you won recently, early this year, the REA Property Management Award. That's fantastic. So well done on that. And you guys are also the finalist for the REI New South Wales Real Estate Agency Large category. So good luck with that as well. So well done on that. It's been a good year for you guys.
Yeah, it has been. Thank you.
Yeah. So I just wanted to speak about, some of the amazing marketing initiatives that you've implemented over the years in your office and in your business, because I think it's just so great to see some community marketing and, driving, customer experience and customer journey. So in particular, I know you told me about your tenant program, which I think is just fantastic. So if you could tell me a bit more about this, tenant program, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure. So we call it Tenant of the Year, and it was an initiative that we actually started from a team planning day that we had. We sort of had an ideas session, and lots of different things got thrown around, but the general concept was that we felt that tenants weren't feeling important as part of our life cycle of a rental property.
Yeah.
They felt like they were sort of the outcast and, the bottom of the feeding chain, so to speak. So we wanted to do something that made them feel important, and also something that encouraged lots of other things, including paying their rent on time, looking after the property, treating our staff with respect, looking after the property with respect, and being respectful of the landlord in everything that they do as well. And so it started from there, and it's just kind of evolved. We've now into our sixth.
6 year now. Wow, yeah. That's fantastic. And I think now there's been so much talk, obviously, with the current market conditions, right? Rents going up, you've got interest rates, at the highest point. So there's been a lot of, kickbacks with, I know, some offices have found, increasing rents, right? A lot of tenants trying to negotiate. So I think this way is kind of a good way of rewarding the tenants that you've got. Yeah. So how does it work with your tenant reward program?
So with that one in particular, it's nominated by our team. So all of our portfolio managers, we have 5 different categories, and each of the portfolio managers will nominate people within their category who fit that criteria. So it might be best routine inspection, it might be best presentation, community. So we have a contribution to the community, tenants that are doing things that are outside the box, because that brings them in line with our values of our company as well.
Yeah.
And it just acknowledges them for things that they're doing. So the team then go and nominate tenants from within their portfolio, and we have a
great debate. So each property manager debates why their tenant should be a finalist and why.
I love it. They're like sticking up for their tenants.
Yeah. We have a lot of tears during those sessions. It's amazing. Amazing. Yeah.
And how many property managers have you got on the team?
11 portfolio managers. And
11.
It's a team of 24 all up. Wow.
Okay. I can only imagine these meetings when you've got the 11. Yeah, trying to submit it.
It's energetic.
Yeah, it's a long time. Everyone's very passionate about their bidding and why.
Course.
Yeah. So from there, then there's a judgment process that happens, as with most awards programs. So we look at everything that's been put forward and the criteria, and then we pick finalists from there. The finalists all get notified, obviously, that they're a finalist. We invite them along to an awards night, which we put on. We have food, we have drinks. They get, thank you gifts for coming. They get
lucky door prizes, a few games, and fun along the way.
Yeah.
Oh, good. And you run this at the end of the year or mid-year? Or?
October.
October.
So the finalists all get a Christmas ham. They get,
champagne,
wine, chocolate. They get a goodie bag, basically, to say,
wow,
done so well to get to this point. And then on the night, we then announce the winners of each category. So we have the MCs there, and they host the night. Last year was the first year that we introduced sponsors into the program. So we had some of them there that had contributed money as part of it. And then we announced the winners, and that's definitely a tear-jerking night.
Oh, that's really good because, a lot of the tenants have been there for a few years in a house and they really do take a lot of pride. And I think, do you invite the landlords to these events as well?
No, the landlords don't come along. So this is something that we fund ourselves. It's not.
Yeah.
So the prizes for each category is the 4 minor categories. The tenants win 1 week's rent that we pay on their behalf. And then the overall tenant of the year wins 4 weeks rent that we pay, which is all funded by the owners of the business.
Yeah.
And then we do promote, last year with the sponsorships, obviously we promote the sponsors quite heavy and, they get some benefit out of contributing as well. But it's not something we expect the landlords to contribute for.
No, of course.
But we do let them know, of course,
Yeah.
that they're been nominated, and that gives them a bit of a buzz as well.
Yeah, that their tenant's doing so well. Yeah, of course. And how have you found, how has this improved, business in terms of the landlords and the tenants? And what's the reaction been with this?
Fantastic. New landlords have never heard of a program like this.
What a point of difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And, happy tenant, happy landlord. And it's just a way of creating more opportunity for positive interaction. And we see that flow through from relationships between tenants, property managers, in team, and then onto the landlords.
Yeah, no, that's really good. Sounds like your team is really behind it as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the whole team, which is fantastic. And I think you had another program going as well.
We have the Advanced Rent Club.
What was it called?
The Advanced Rent Club.
The Advanced Rent Club. Okay, yeah.
Yep. So as everybody knows, we can't insist tenants be paid in advance, but we do a program rewarding tenants that are 4 or more weeks in advance. So it's a voluntary program that all of our tenants are aware of. If a tenant is paid more than 4 weeks in advance, they go into a draw, and we have random draws once a fortnight for different prizes, depending on who the winner is.
Oh, okay. So it's actually quite frequent, the draws. Yeah. And what are some of the prizes that you've got in place, like just vouchers or?
A restaurant voucher, could be movie tickets, a hamper. It would really depend on the tenant and the property manager. Most of our property managers have wonderful relationships with their tenants, so they know what they will value as a prize.
Yeah.
And we take it accordingly.
Personalise it to them so that they're not getting, like, if they don't drink, there's no point getting them alcohol. And if they're a single person as opposed to a family, then
they've got kids and of course. Well, that's really good, and you're really getting the whole team involved too, and then, like you said, they're really getting to know their tenants, which has been great. I mean, this is the impact, and improving the customer, the tenant journey, for example, renting with Wiseberry is phenomenal, right? Like it's such great communication.
Just as important as landlords.
And they genuinely are shocked when they win, because a lot of them haven't heard of, like, now they've started to hear about it a lot more, but when both of those programs first kicked off, like, they were just dumbfounded as to why do something like that. And they win. And we do the same thing with our team. So for every tenant that our team has within that Advanced Rent Club, they get an entry into a draw as well. So for example, if Shaye had 10 tenants in that Advanced Rent Club, she'd get 10 entries into the property manager's draw.
Great.
And they also get a prize as well.
Oh, okay, great. So the property managers also are rewarded, when their tenants are ahead in rent and everything. Oh, that's fantastic.
We have a bit of fun along the way.
Yeah, well, you have to, right? Yeah, no, that's amazing. That's really, really great to see the initiatives that are coming through. And I know I read a bit about the megastore that you've got. Which I think, again, it's another, great setup that you have. And so the megastore, if you could tell me a bit about that and what was the, the theory behind establishing the megastore for the team.
Yeah, it was a vision that Darren, our leader, had for a lot of years back. I think it dated back to like 2002. He set it down.
Oh, wow. He's been thinking about this for a while.
Yeah, so it's been a long time in the making. But over that time, it's probably evolved in terms of what he thought it would be and now what it actually is. Really, he wanted a one-stop shop where the whole team could be under one roof. But we're probably a little bit big for that. Well, we're not a bit big for it. We could find somewhere, but it'd be massive to get our whole 60 odd people under the one roof. So property management was an area that was growing, and they'd outgrown their space. Like, the office that they were sitting in was quite small, but we had 20 odd people, so they were kind of doing some working from home and different bits and pieces to try and not be all in the office at once. But they all wanted to be together. So it's a property that's on a few acres. It's a massive home. We're sitting in it at the moment. So it's actually a residence that we've converted into a space that works for us. Originally, we thought it would be sort of more like a very hot desky type situation, lots of different spaces where people would just rock up and decide where they wanted to sit each day. But property managers are a little bit creatures of habit, so they all wanted their desk and their things and their
yes, they are. Yep.
they had to sit where they sat. So we changed a little bit, and we've got office spaces that are set up, and then we've got breakout spaces and meeting spaces. We've got the kitchen, the common area. We've got a bar with pool table. We've got a swimming pool.
Wow.
Barbecue area, so people can sit wherever they want. Like quite often they'll be sitting by the pool or at the dining table or in the lounge room working, but it's just a change of scenery. So it brought the two worlds of working in the office and working from home together, because everyone liked the idea of working from home but didn't actually want to work from home.
Connection.
Yeah, they wanted the people, and they found it, some people found it hard to actually get work done from home, like too many distractions and things like that, but wanted that feeling. So we basically brought the two together.
Yeah, I mean, that's creating like talk about creating great culture and creating, a great workspace, right? To a comfortable workspace for the staff to come into. And how many people does it house? Like, how many people would sit there?
At the moment, our team has 24.
Yeah.
And forever growing. So
that's just the property management team, 24?
Just property management team.
Fantastic. You guys are on such a great growth level with your department.
Quite often there'll be like, we've got our accounts lady who works from here as well, but there's lots of times where the sales team or marketing or leadership, we've got lots of different people that come in and out of the space that work or pop in and do their thing. So
yeah, no, that's excellent. And I know Darren was sort of sharing before, remember him saying that you quite often will bring the children in, families will come, especially in summer when it's really hot, and you actually have opened it to extended family members of the staff.
Sometimes the girls will be sitting there with their laptop and the kids are in the pool. We haven't had many staff that have been game enough to go swimming yet. Maybe this summer.
Yeah.
To be fair, they only moved in March, so it was it wasn't summer.
Yeah.
This year they'll get the full benefit of it.
Yeah, later on this year. And how did the staff feel? Like how have they enjoyed the space? Like how do they feel about the space? And how have you found, improving productivity and all that within the teams?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've got more flexibility now. So if you follow us on social media, you'll see lots of photos of people.
I have seen them,
cooking in the kitchen.
Yeah.
We've got a bigger space now for collaboration and connection. So we generally find that there's different areas for different times of the day. So for meetings and whatnot, we've got one space, and it's like swapping the hats. If you go into one of the work areas, you'll see the majority of the time everybody's head down working, and if somebody wants to connect or collaborate, they'll go into another space. So people aren't confined to their one spot all day. Their outside is used a lot, and we find that it's been great to give people a bit of a breather. You can walk and talk at the same time.
Yeah.
Like Megan said, people bringing their kids in, and you see the kids playing outside or swimming. It gives people a little bit more flexibility in their day. And we find they can be here a little bit longer than they normally would. And like anything, if people are happy and comfortable, our clients feel that as well.
Yeah. Like it didn't come without challenges either. Of course, every change brings challenges. So it had a lot of positives to it, but there was also a lot of things that, not massive things, but like, little procedures and things like that. The fact that everyone was used to being so close together and now they're a bit more spread out. So it definitely also, there was some things that we had to overcome and get used to, but we've been here for 4 or 5 months now. So
it feels like we've been here for years. Yeah. Our team, whilst it is very big, we're extremely adaptable, and everybody is completely different, but very like-minded in the fact that we're here for our clients and we're here to do a job, and we always want to do better. So when those little pain points come up, we're pretty quick to jump on them, pull the procedure apart, and then put it back together with a way that's going to suit us. And we've seen that tenfold over the last 4 months since we've been in this space.
Yeah, no, I think it's really good. I mean, all these things, like you said, if your staff are happy, they're going to focus more, on the clients, right, and make sure that the service levels are there, which is fantastic. I mean, you're really looking at the work-life balance. You're creating all that and all that space with the customer service and making sure the journey is there for your clients. Like, what else do you do in terms of the client experience, that you could share with us?
Yeah, we have a Wiseberry pantry. So we use the pantry for the property management side is more for the advanced rent club and things like that. There's some tenants today that we found out are having a bit of hardship. So we're putting together a little bit of a personalised hamper to them, just to help them out in a time of need. So
lovely.
It's
yeah.
Personalised shopping service really that we use for gifts. We use it when we do the tenant of the year. We use it for our settlements or for any referrals that get given to the sales team. They'll pass it across. And it's an area that, I mean, every real estate gives out gifts. It's nothing groundbreaking there, but we really do try to personalise it down to figuring out what our clients like to drink. Not just that they drink beer, but they drink a certain type of beer, or, you know, if they've got kids or they've got a baby on the way, they might get a gift that's specific to that from a settlement perspective. So it's something that we just, I don't know, we probably take a little bit for granted now, to be honest, because we implemented it during COVID.
It's our norm now.
Yeah, during COVID, and it's sort of just taken off from there.
Yeah, and I think like you mentioned, there's a personalised service, right? Like, it's not just about giving a gift, it's giving a gift, that's memorable for them or suits their family lifestyle or suits their setup, right? And I think it's, you're really getting to know the client, encouraging a staff to really get to know the client. And I'm sure the client appreciates it, they feel it and they appreciate, and they're clients for life, aren't they? Right? Yeah. The customers for life for you.
We see that a lot with our tenants, Sue, that with the Advanced Rent Club and our tenant of the month and tenant of the year, if we do have to move a tenant out of a property for one reason or another, quite often we get back, well, I want to stay with you. So
yeah. Oh, how nice is that?
Yeah. We don't want to go anywhere else. We want to stay with you. So.
Oh, well, that's such a great testament to your team, and the landlords appreciate it, right? And again, it's such a good point of difference from a business perspective, right? And it's a very competitive market at the moment. And I think having this in place really makes you guys stand out. So it's been, it's excellent. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it and your time. Some great initiatives. I'm sure there's going to be so much more to see. And best of luck with the finalists and the awards for the RI New South Wales. But thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks, Sue.
Thank you, Sue.
Thank you.